Good morning to second year students. So today's topic is also regarding the pharmacology. In pharmacology, anti-anginal and anti-ischemic drugs. Actually, we have completed ischemic heart disease or coronary artery disease. So we had completed this coronary artery disease. So now we are going to deal with the ischemic heart disease drugs. So all of you know what is meant by ischemic heart disease. So heart cannot able to pump the blood. In angina, what is meant by angina? Angina is nothing but a pain. It is a main symptom of ischemic heart disease mainly, and it is a pain syndrome. What will happening? The pain syndrome that occurs. Why this syndrome will occur? Because of imbalance between the myocardial oxygen supply and myocardial oxygen demand. And enti myocardial oxygen supply will be low, and at the same time the demand is also more, so there will be a imbalance. So because of that, this pain syndrome is due to because of imbalance between the myocardial oxygen supply and oxygen demand. So demand ante muscle needs more amount of oxygen, heart muscles, but it cannot able to pump because of plaque. So oxygen cannot be supplied. So that is the thing. Actually, angina is divided into two. One is a classical angina, another one is a variant angina or presiment. That is also called as presmental, or it is also called as vasospastic. It is a classical angina is a very common form, and this variant angina is an uncommon form. Why? Because attacks occurs mainly due to because of increased oxygen demand. Okay, in classical angina, what is going on now? Attacks only due to because of increased demand, oxygen demand. So here in variant angina, the attacks occur mainly due to because of decreased oxygen supply. Here is an increased, here is a decreased. So mostly when it is increased, because due to because of heavy exercises, because of the stress, and it subside when the stimulus is drawn. Whenever the stimulus is drawn, that can be subside. But here with the here mostly occur due to because of coronary vasospasm. It cannot be relieved. It cannot be withdrawn quickly. So this is the thing. So most common type is an classical angina. It is variant angina is uncommon form. It's very rare conditions. So this is the thing. So we'll go with the drugs. What are they? Organic nitrates. First is that organic nitrates. So these organic nitrates have similar mechanism of action. So organic nitrates have similar mechanism of action and identical toxicity profile. However, it may differ in the this organic nitrates and isobarbate things have a similar action. They are having only two drugs, organic nitrates, and one more drug is an isobarbate. So these two drugs have a similar pharmacokinetics. We'll see what it. First of all, we'll go with the majority of the organic nitrates have a direct effect on the smooth muscle. So it have a smooth muscle relaxation effect. So these organic nitrates, how it works, the smooth muscle will get relaxed. So organic nitrates, which are the sources of nitric oxide. So it is a prodrug means first drug, and it is a source. This source is only nitric oxide. So what will this nitric oxide will do when you will take means, where this nitric oxide is taken, it activates the cytosolic gluconyl cyclase. So this is a biochemical reaction. So it activates the cytosolic gluconyl cyclase, thereby increasing the intracellular GPM. So CGPM. So whenever it is an increased, this dephosphorylation of myosin light chain. So this dephosphorylation of the myosin light chain, what will happen? This will be reduced. Whenever it is reduced, the smooth muscle will become relaxed. So this is a one type of biochemical reaction occurring in the muscle. So whenever the smooth muscle will get relax, mostly relax. So this is the action. So mostly nitrates, what will they do? They will create a dilation. So it will create dilation more than the arterioles. The veins get dilated. Whenever these veins get dilated, the peripheral, there will be pooling of the blood. So there will be pooling of the blood and decreased venous return also. So whenever there is a peripheral pooling of the blood and decreased venous return, it leads to decreased preload on the heart. So venous return eppudaithe venous return to the heart, whenever it decreases, the preload on the heart will also decreases. So there will be fail in the end diastolic pressure also. So this is the action. Actually all nitrates will first pass the metabolism in the liver. So definitely there except isorbed mononitrate, this all nitrates type of drugs will pass through the liver mechanism. So in that glycerin trinitrate, so the glycerin trinitrate and isorbed dinitrate tablets, these two tablets come under the organic nitrates. So in these nitrates that can be given as a sublingual. So whenever you see the pain, when the patient is feeling a pain, at that time we used to give a sublingual tablets. So why? Because it will bypass the liver. So it will avoid bypassing metabolism in the liver. So because of that. So GTN and nitroglycerin. We'll see this glycerol trinitrate and nitroglycerin, NTG, with what we call as, these are all organic nitrates. So it acts on the smooth muscle. It will create relaxation. So it also have another action is, what is that another action? It decreases the preload on the heart. So both actions are there. It is a volatile liquid. Definitely it is a volatile type of liquid. It is absorbed in the inert matrix of the tablet and thereby making non-explosive. So this is the thing, and this tablet definitely it will be stored in the glass containers. It should, because to protect from the moisture and light, so it will be melted because it is a volatile type of liquid. So if we exposed to the moisture or light, it will become melted. So it mostly used to treat the acute anginal attacks or a chronic anginal attack, or to treat the chronic fissures, or to control the hypotension during surgeries. And also it is also used to treat the hypertension in post-operative and peri-operative surgeries. During the surgery, it helps us to control the hypertension. So not only that, pulmonary edema, unstable angina and myocardial infarctions. So it has a common adverse effect, common bad effect is vasodilatation and having a headache. So these are all the things. Available 0.5 mg it is available, and also capsule 2.5 to 6.5 it is available. Injection means 5 mg per ml it can be available. It can be available in the 2%, and also patches. So NTG patches we called it as. So 5 mg 10 mg when angina attack ఎప్పుడైనా వచ్చినప్పుడు they will put the patch on the chest. So that is nothing but NTG patch. And the spray, it can be available as the spray 0.5 per spray. So first of all, we'll see the route. Mostly we'll give as a sublingual. Its onset starts from 1 to 2 minutes, and peak incidence can be seen in 3 to 6 minutes, and its duration can be stay for 30 to 60 minutes. అందుకే whenever the chest pain, ఎవరైతే నాలెడ్జ్ ఉంటుందో వాళ్ళు డెఫినెట్గా ఈ ఐసోబార్బేట్ టాబ్లెట్స్ కానీ ఎన్టీజీ టాబ్లెట్స్ కానీ దే విల్ పుట్ సార్బిట్రేట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ టాబ్లెట్స్ దే విల్ పుట్ అండర్ ద టంగ్. ఓరల్ బయోఅబిలిటీ. సో దిస్ అంటే బయోఅబిలిటీ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ డ్రగ్ విచ్ ఈస్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ ద బ్లడ్. for how much long? It can be because whenever the అంటే లాంగ్ పీరియడ్ మన ఏదైనా ట్యాబ్లెట్ బ్లడ్లో ఎక్కువ అవైలబుల్ ఉంది అని అంటే ఇట్ మే హ్యావింగ్ మోర్ సైడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ అనమాట. సో డెఫినెట్లీ దానికోసమే వీ హ్యావ్ టు స్టే హైడ్రేటెడ్ సో దట్ యూ కెన్ ప్రివెంట్ ఫర్దర్ మోర్ కాంప్లికేషన్స్ ఆర్ ఫర్దర్ మోర్ అడ్వర్స్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్. అందుకే మనం పేషెంట్స్కి ఎప్పుడు చెప్పినా కూడా బయోఅవైలబిలిటీని మైండ్లో పెట్టుకొని మనం వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఎడ్యుకేట్ దెమ్ టు హ్యావ్ హైడ్రేషన్. So because to excrete out whatever absorbed will be absorbed, the remaining thing will get excreted. So oral bioavailability is 10 to 20% due to it first pauses the metabolism in the liver. This will be metabolized in the liver. So for this reason it is given in a సబ్లింగ్వల్. సో ఓరల్గా ఇస్తే ఏంటి అని అంటే ఏదో మెటబాలిజం లివర్లో జరుగుతుంది. లివర్లో ఎప్పుడైతే మెటబాలిజం జరుగుతుందో ఇట్ మే హ్యావ్ అ బ్యాడ్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్. సో దట్ ఇఫ్ యూ గివ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ సబ్లింగ్వల్ విచ్ బైపాసెస్, సో లివర్ని బైపాస్ చేస్తూ ఇట్ మే గో అండ్ అవాయిడ్స్ ఫస్ట్ ఎఫెక్ట్. And not only this, GTN and isosorbate nitrate are both absorbed efficiently by the root and therapeutically blood levels are maintained within few minutes. So కొన్ని minutes వరకు will maintain. Indications to treat angina, sublingual tablet, it can be given 1 tablet 0.5 mg to be crushed under the teeth. So it should be crushed under the teeth and spread under the trunk. అంటే క్రష్ చేసేసి ఇట్ షుడ్ బి స్ప్రెడ్ అండర్ ద ట్రంక్ ఆర్ ఓవర్ ద బకల్ మ్యూకోసా. సో రిపీట్ ద సేమ్. ఇఫ్ it attacks is more, it can be repeated for 5 minutes. If required, it can be given up to 3 tablets for every 15 minutes. And lingual spray can be also given when angina is there. And to prevent chronic anginal attacks. So when there is a chronic anginal attacks, 2.5 to 6.5 given 3 to 4 times daily. And ointment and transdermally patches. It can also be applied to the topical intact skin. So once daily it can be removed also. So prevent tolerance, leave the patch for 12 to 14 hours, then remove after the 10 to 12 hours. So we are having doubt, మీరు ఫస్ట్ క్లినికల్ స్కెలిటర్ ఆ ప్యాచ్ ఉంటుంది తీస్తున్నామా లేదా. సో రిమెంబర్, ఇఫ్ యూ రిమెంబర్ దిస్ యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు రిమూవ్ ద ప్యాచ్. సో ఇండికేషన్స్, హైపర్టెన్షన్ పోస్ట్ ఆపరేటివ్లీ పెరిఆపరేటివ్లీ it can be given. So injection 5 micrograms per minute IV infusion given. Increases if it can be increased by 5 micrograms per minute 3 to 5 minutes. Maximum dose can be given up to 100 micrograms per minute as an injection. So drug interactions, antihypertensive drugs will have a beta blockers. సో డ్రగ్ ఇంటరాక్షన్ అంటే యాంటీహైపర్టెన్సివ్ డ్రగ్స్ కదా ఇవి, బీటా బ్లాకర్స్, కాల్షియం ఛానల్ బ్లాకర్స్, ఫినోథయాజైన్స్. సో ఇట్ మే క్రియేట్, దీనికి హైపర్టెన్సివ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ కూడా ఉంది ఎందుకంటే మనం సర్జరీ టైంలో. సో అట్ దట్ టైమ్ మనము డెఫినెట్గా ఇది మళ్ళీ ఇఫ్ యూ గివ్ విత్ కాంబినేషన్ విత్ దిస్ ది పేషెంట్ మే గో ఇన్ టు ద హైపర్టెన్షన్. సో హిపారిన్ ఇట్ మే ఇంటర్ఫియర్స్ అంటే హెపారిన్కి ఎట్లా అంటే దిస్ నైట్రేట్స్ విల్ ఇంటర్ఫియర్ విత్ ద యాంటీకోయాగులెంట్ ఎఫెక్ట్. సో యాంటీకోయాగులెంట్ ఎఫెక్ట్ని ఇంటర్ఫియర్ చేస్తుంది. అండ్ ఆల్కహాల్ ఇట్ మే క్రియేట్ ఫర్దర్ మోర్ హైపర్టెన్షన్. డిస్కరేజ్ యూజ్ టుగెదర్. ఓకే. అడ్వర్స్ ఎఫెక్ట్, vascular dilation effects and thrombing headache. Other effects include dizziness, syncope, weakness, postural hypotension, and then CNS effects. We are also having a CNS effects. What are the headache, dizziness, drowsiness, syncope, weakness, vertigo, and CVS. This postural hypotension and tachycardia, palpitations, facial flushing, GAD, nausea, vomiting. And cutaneous vasodilatation, rash, contact dermatitis. Other are hypersensitive reactions, methyl myoglobinemia, and sublingual burning. So if they take in sublingual, it will have sublingual burning sometimes. Contraindication, hypersensitivity to, if they are hypersensitive to organic nitrates, early MI, severe anemia, increased intracranial pressure. So when it is there, it has to be avoided. And angular glaucoma, we are having a types. This is one of the type, angular closure of the glaucoma. Hypertrophic obstruction or cardiomyopathy. So another more drug is the isosorbate dinitrate. So this isosorbate dinitrate will have a similar action. So it can be used as a sublingual to treat anginal attacks. Orally to prevent the chronic attacks. Adverse effects are same as the GTN. This isosorbate dinitrate undergoes high first pass metabolism. So this will have a very high metabolism, and mainly it is metabolized in the liver itself. So it has a two. What is that? Isosorbate 2 mononitrate, isosorbate 5 mononitrates. These are having a more long lives. So 3 to 6 hours. So it contribute more efficacy. So it's most probably compared to NTG, this can be given. So is the active metabolites in the of isosorbate dinitrate. It is a unique because it does not undergo significant first bypass in the hepatic metabolism when given orally. So ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే అక్కడ ఓరల్గా ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అక్కడ మనకి నైట్రోగ్లిజరిన్ ఓరల్గా ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ హైపాటిక్ మెటబాలిజం చూపిస్తుంది. బట్ ఇక్కడ వెన్ గివెన్ ఓరల్లీ ఇంత సిగ్నిఫికెంట్గా హెపాటిక్ మెటబాలిజంలో చూపించట్లేదంట. సో రిమెంబర్ దిస్ టూ డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఏంటి అని అంటే ఓన్లీ దెర్ ఇస్ ఓన్లీ డిఫరెన్సెస్ ఏంటి? వెన్ నైట్రోగ్లిజరిన్ ఇస్ గివెన్ ఓరలీ ఇట్ క్యాన్ bypass it can go to the liver metabolism, but this cannot be go to the liver metabolism. So మిగతా యాక్షన్ అంతా సిమిలర్ అనమాట. సో మోరోవర్ ఇదేంటంటే లాంగ్ యాక్టింగ్ థింగ్ కూడా ఇంకొకటి, అందుకే మోస్ట్ ప్రాబబ్లీ ప్రిఫరబుల్ డ్రగ్ అనమాట క్రానిక్ ప్రొఫిలాక్సిక్ యాంజైనా పెక్టోరిస్లో. సమ్ మోర్ యాంటీ హిస్కెమిక్ డ్రగ్స్ ఏమేమి అని అంటే మనం కాల్షియం ఛానల్ బ్లాకర్స్, బీటా బ్లాకర్స్, ప్లేట్లెట్ అగ్రిగేషన్ ఇన్హిబిటర్స్. సో ఇవి మనము నెక్స్ట్ క్లాసెస్లో చూద్దాం, ఎందుకంటే హైపర్టెన్సివ్స్లో కూడా మనం కవర్ చేయలేదు. సో కాల్షియం ఛానల్ సపరేట్ టాపిక్, అది విల్ కవర్ ఇట్ ఓవర్ దేర్. దిస్ కాల్షియం ఛానల్ బ్లాకర్స్ ఆర్ వెర్పమెల్, డెల్టాజియం, నఫెడపెన్, amlodipine. So this most commonly used drugs. And beta blockers అంటే మీకు చెప్పాను లాల్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ డ్రగ్స్ అని చెప్పేసి. ప్లేట్లెట్ అగ్రిగేటింగ్ ఇన్హిబిటర్స్ అంటే లో డోస్ ఆస్ప్రిన్. సో ఆస్ప్రిన్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ప్లేట్లెట్ అగ్రిగేటర్స్. అండ్ క్లోపిటోగ్రిల్ కూడా. So same nursing consideration, definitely we have to know the characteristics of pain, when pain has been started, duration of the pain, aggravating factors enti, and we have to see the BP, pulse, respiration before and after the administration of the drug, because the patient may go into the hypotension or hypertension. So definitely we have to monitor that. It can do not give chewable tablet preparation more than 5 mg. So we have seen this drug. So administer 5 mg కన్నా ఎక్కువ, ఎందుకంటే 0.5 లేను we are giving the doses అనమాట. రిమెంబర్ దిస్ థింగ్. అడ్మినిస్టర్ and teach about administration of the drug on empty stomach 1 hour before or 2 hours after the food. So 1 hour before కానీ 2 hours after food కానీ it can be taken. Uncontrolled headache persist, then awake with fed food. So definitely if uncontrolled headache ఉంది అంటే persist అయింది అని అంటే they should be taking with the food అనమాట. headache complaint ఉంటే that we have to change మనకి డెఫినెట్గా. So we have to see, teach about the placement of the tablet between the lip. So this is the main point అనమాట. ఏంటేంటి మన మెయిన్ పాయింట్, it should not be given in more than 5 mg. It should given on empty stomach 1 hour before or after the food. If they are complaining headache persistently, so ask them to take with food. సో టీచ్ ద పేషెంట్ ఎలా చీవ్ చేయమని చెప్పాలి, బిట్వీన్ ద లిప్ అండ్ గమ్ ఆర్ బిట్వీన్ ద చీక్ అండ్ గమ్. అండ్ instruct the patient to take drug before stressful activities. The stressful activities like intercourse or exercises or field works, so at that time advise them to take. Instruct not to consume alcohol. So definitely instructs patient not to involve it is common అనమాట hazardous activities driving because dizziness postural hypertension ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి advise them. If they want to discontinue this drug or terminate this drug, definitely they have to go to the doctor and then they have to do, because the doses they will adjust and they will terminate. Inform to the patient to stick way which will come after the use of sublingual medication. Instruct not to change doses, not to change the doses without any physician order. So this is regarding the anti-ischemic drugs. So anti-ischemic drugs include isonitrates, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, and then platelet aggregators. So these platelet in this mainly we had seen regarding the this isonitrates. So in that we have it can be divided into GTN, nitroglycerin, or isosorbate mononitrate type of drugs. So with this I'll complete this chapter, this anti-ischemic drugs. So coming classes we'll see the regarding the calcium channel blockers.